We're Americans who spent a lot of time living in the Philippines.
Hey,
This past year, I've spent most of my time in America, and Isaac spent most of his time in the Philippines.
so in this video, we're going to compare our lives. Philippines versus USA.
No matter where you are in the world, hopefully you wake up in the morning and have your usual morning routine. And that's where we're going to start this first chapter.
So first for me, I get woken up by the beautiful sound of Puff Daddy playing on my alarm.
Are you kidding me?
Specifically, our own song, the Young Savage's song, Puff Daddy. I jokingly set that as my alarm and I still have not changed it.
Is that a shameless plug?
Go check it out on Spotify.
Puff, daddy, puff, puff, daddy.
After that, I get up and then you gotta eat the most important meal of the day. Sadly, this isn't very Filipino for me, so it doesn't really apply much to the concept of this video, but I'll just eat some like toast, some eggs, some cereal, something basic and simple to make. Right before filming this video actually was my breakfast time, and I had some eggs, a toast, and of course the customary super sugary milk of Yakult. I don't think they have that much in the US, do they?
I've never seen it that I recall, but I don't really go into the yogurt section often. I'm allergic.
And then after I'm done eating my breakfast is how we schedule our filming time, like we're doing right now, actually. In the morning for me, night for Tyler, because of the time zone difference, 14 hours apart. And then we get on our call and we do reactions, filming videos like this and planning for videos, talking about random stuff in politics, browsing the YouTube homepage and talking about random things, and then ultimately end our call with playing a video game of some sort, like Marvel Rivals or Super Mega Baseball. Check out Trifate Gaming if you want to see that. And then that's it for my morning here in the Philippines.
I gotta say, over here in the US, the morning starts pretty similar. Usually I wake up a little later in the day because we work until usually around 2 in the morning, which means I don't end up going to bed until around 4 a.m. So I end up waking up around 12-ish every day, and then I go have my breakfast. Honestly, I don't have breakfast some of the times. I just skip it and go straight to lunch. But if I do have it, I will have a cereal. My favorites are Reese's Puffs, maybe some Captain Crunch, or maybe like Cocoa Krispies or something. And a lot of those are ones that you can't really find in the Philippines.
Frosted Flakes, or Frosties as they're called here, and then like Cocoa Crunch or Cookie Crunch, something like that. Those are basically the only ones that are good in the Philippines, in my opinion.
I don't know if you concur with this assessment here. Cereals in the US have a lot more flavor than the cereals in the Philippines.
Yeah, so I don't know if they put some illegal stuff in the US ones. I got Fruit Loops recently, and they're not good. I didn't like it at all. But I know they're good in the US.
I guess I've never looked at the ingredients in the Philippines. Do they have like the yellow 5, red 40, whatever the heck? I know that's in a lot of the cereal here. Well, yeah, the cereals in the US seem to be a lot more flavorful, and that's probably because they just have a lot more sugar, and I find there's so much more variety. So, I mean, in my parents' house where I'm staying, sometimes we'll have like 8 different cereals, so every morning you can have a totally different flavor.
I think that was one of the biggest shocks when I lived at Tyler's house when we were working together, was they got a lot of cereal there. I do have plenty of options for breakfast cereals.
Eat the breakfast, maybe just chill out for a while, maybe watch a movie, something like that. That's kind of my morning, and morning kind of means afternoon. But you know what comes after the morning? Lunchtime. So what do you do over there for the next chapter?
As soon as me and Tyler are done with our call, that's usually when I would eat my lunch. I'm very, very hungry after those because my breakfasts aren't super big, so then I get a big lunch.
What are you munching on for lunch these days?
My lunch is something that's somewhat easy to make, so it's a little quicker since I'm already so hungry. Some noodles like bihon, maybe some lumpia or fried rice, something that's not like super, super long, but can give me a nice little boost of food to last until dinner. Usually while I eat my lunch, I'll watch something on the TV over there. Sadly, Netflix is kicking me off my mom's account right now because I'm too far away, so I don't get Netflix. I got dang Amazon Video, and there's nothing to watch on there. After I'm done watching whatever episode, I usually hop back on the computer because a lot of times we'll do some reaction to some sort of new thing that I need to get up. I'll edit a reaction, upload that, get it ready, make sure we got some videos planned.
You mean on all of our 5 channels plus Facebook and TikTok?
Yeah, right now we've been posting a lot of different content on a lot of different channels. So how's the lunch life looking over in Minnesota?
Oh, I like that transition.
Thank you.
If I do eat lunch, once again, I wake up around lunchtime, so lunch and breakfast can be interchanged. Usually I eat one or the other. Lunch is kind of like, the quick meal, like he said, like sandwiches. I believe sandwiches are a dang lunch. I don't like eating sandwiches for dinner usually. I like them for lunch. Sometimes I'll like make a jambalaya, if you don't know what that is. It's American food, actually. I know it doesn't sound like it, but it's from New Orleans. A lot of people like to say American food has no flavor, but then they talk about burgers and fries like that's the only American food. Southern food is so good.
And then those same people that hate on it for not having food and point at burger and fries also are like, and actually burger and fries are not invented in America, so they're not American food.
Southern food is delicious, is what I'm getting to. So I love jambalaya. I mean, other times I'll just throw in some mini corn dogs in the oven or some chicken nuggets or head to a restaurant. After lunch, once again, it's kind of like that chill time in the middle of the day. I'm just kind of hanging out in the living room, talking to my family, or I'll go watch a movie. I mean, like some things recently that I've watched are like The Truman Show. I watched like the Rush Hour series with Jackie Chan, Venom, Suicide Squad, stuff like that. Yeah, that's kind of my day after lunch. Usually right around dinner is when things start to heat up for me. So next chapter is the din din.
Things get heating up for me as well. Typically, if I want to go out and do something, this is the time I would do it. And you know what that entails since I'm in the Philippines. Going to a dang mall. If I do anything, it's just going to the mall to go grocery shopping and then maybe stop at a restaurant for my din din. Maybe like a fast food place like McDonald's, Popeyes, Jollibee. Those are the three I'd go to. Jollibee, I'm always a burger steak guy. It's a guaranteed burger steak and then maybe some other dish after that. It depends on my mood. And then yeah, for my groceries, I just go over to the Landmark in Trinoma. It's such a nice grocery store, and it's also cheaper than the SM grocery stores by like a lot. Like a lot of the stuff's like 10 to 20% cheaper. So you save money by literally going there, and if you have a lot of groceries, you can just take a taxi back and you still save money by going there. And it's such a nice store.
That's also when I was in the Philippines, I always walked, even though we were right next to SM, walked all the way to Landmark. The meat is so much fresher there.
That's basically my grocery situation. I would say on average, I would spend maybe every week go anywhere from 1,500 to like 3K, somewhere in that range. Because I typically don't eat out much. Maybe once a week I'm eating out. So mostly making food in here. And if I'm getting super, super duper fancy, maybe I'll go to a sit-down restaurant like a Kuya J.
Fancy.
And basically just I'll choose some random restaurant. You can't go wrong with a lot of restaurants in SM North. They're basically decent food, most of them. There isn't anything that's really blown me away when it comes to restaurants. And then if I want to do some sort of activity, this is the time I would do it too. Sadly, the malls are usually super duper busy, so I don't really like doing too many things when it's busy, but I might go to an arcade or maybe see a movie. There's things like that. But yeah, on days that I don't go out and get groceries or go out and eat somewhere, I'm of course just sitting in here, and the meals that I make, they get a bit more Filipino here. I make some adobo. I don't think I make it how a Filipino would, but I just
You put
call
potatoes in it? Are you kidding me?
It's Isaac adobo. It's how I want to, because that's how it works in life. You can take something that's there and kind of customize it to your own taste. Am I right?
No, that's disrespecting the food. How dare you disrespect the food and every person? You may own all the ingredients, but how dare you?
But I own the ingredients, I cooked it myself, and it's mine because I bought everything.
Dare you, sir?
And then some other meals I'd have are something like pancits. There's some egg noodles that I love eating, chicken with beans. And then I think my favorite, it's not the Filipino style, but carbonara. It's so dang good. It's not sweet, I'm sorry. After I'm done eating my meal, if there's some more work that needs to be done, I'll get back on the computer and work. I know, very exciting day, just sitting on the computer working all day. That's basically what I do most of the time.
Wait, you missed the most important meal of every day. Dessert.
Dessert.
I'm pretty bad with desserts. Like, I bought some ice cream 2 or 3 days ago, and I put it in the freezer to eat after my meal, and then just completely forgot about it, and now it's still in there right now.
What kind of ice cream?
I just wanted to try it. It's crunch ice cream, like the crunch candy bar.
Oh, interesting. Filipino ice cream is weird in my opinion. It's not creamy, it's just sweet.
Yep, which is why I typically like the fruity flavors for it. Like Twin Pop is good. I like their orange Twin Pop. Yeah, and then after that, get ready for bed, crash down, cuddle with Duck, scroll on the Tic Tac a while. I have an epic game on my phone. I'm addicted to this game, Capybara Go.
Wow.
It's made by the same people that made Zombie.io. Remember that game?
Zombie.io.
The one that we'd always play.
Survivor.io?
Or Survivor, yeah, Survivor.io.
Really?
It's made by the same people as that. Typically, I'm getting to sleep anywhere from 12 to 2, I would say. That's the conclusion to my day, my dinner, my night. How is your night over there in the United States of America?
Over here in the US, once dinner rolls around, that's usually around 5 or 6. A lot of times my mom makes it, so I get a delicious array of foods from my mother because I am living here.
I'm jealous of him right now. When I was living with his family, his mother makes some epic meals.
They are good, and it's like a wide variety. She'll make Asian food, she'll make Italian food, and Mexican food. I mean, a lot of different stuff. I don't really make my own dinners much anymore because she usually makes them most nights. Cooking kind of takes a while. I miss cooking sometimes, but then when I do it, I'm like, wow, this is much easier when somebody else does it for you.
Time to just order Grab or have someone else do it for you.
So I am lucky I have that situation here. Usually on weekends for dinner, we'd go out to eat, and usually that would be like a Mexican restaurant or kind of a local area that has like barbecue food. American barbecue is incredibly delicious. I just kind of rediscovered how much I love it coming back here. It is so good. It's got to be one of the best foods in the world. And if you haven't tried it, you don't know what you're missing, all right?
I mean, Jolly loved it. Everyone has to love it if Jolly loves it, right?
Yeah, Jolly, they definitely don't say everything's good, right?
Oh no, never. They're not grifting. Nobody grifts on YouTube. We don't grift people, right?
Yeah, no, we don't. No, my dad also like once a month probably also makes his own barbecue here at the house because he has this like smoker machine, and that's really good.
He's on the smoker thing now. I know that's like a candid dad arc. Every dad, he gets a smoker at some point and then they're obsessed with it.
It's good. It's good. I mean, I'm consistently eating barbecue at one of the restaurants. Like usually I'll go to fast food because it's so much cheaper, and that like 85% of the time is Taco Bell.
Let's just see how cheap it is. When you order a meal for yourself, how much do you think it is?
It depends what I get. I mean, I could get the box, and that's $6, I believe. And that's, I think, 2 tacos, a burrito, and a drink.
Dang.
So that's not bad. But when I want to order like something really good that I really like, the grilled cheese burrito is so good. It's a hunker. It's like this, but it's like $7, which sucks. But sometimes I get it. So I end up paying like $11 for myself for that, which is what, 600 pesos?
Yeah, I would say I'm getting 300 to 500 pesos depending on how hungry I am for fast food. So not too bad of a difference actually. But that's Taco Bell.
Taco Bell, yeah, that is the cheapest and honestly probably the best fast food you can get in the US. You can't get a flavor like that. Like all of the other fast foods, you know, they have similar flavors and similar things. Taco Bell is the only one that's really different. The only other place I'd usually go to, like I've gone to KFC a few times, maybe McDonald's once or twice if it's the last option. Culver's is the other one I would go to because Culver's is very good.
Culver's has been the only fast food I have craved while in the Philippines. That I can't get here and that I want back in America. Culver's, you'll ship a Culver's burger, a butter burger with you.
Yeah, it'll be nice and icy cold for you after I'm on the flight for 26 hours. You gotta get a concrete. I actually usually get the malts because the malts are really good. Shake Shack is probably the closest thing in the Philippines you can get to Culver's quality ice cream, but that's not as good. Culver's ice cream is unlike any ice cream you can get in Asia. I'm telling you right now.
If you haven't even had Shake Shack in the Philippines and you're like, oh, I don't like ice cream or shakes or something, then you can't say anything because it's completely different. It's leveled up like 10 times the normal ice cream in the Philippines. That's Shake Shack. And then 10 times Shake Shack in the Philippines is Culver's.
Yeah, it's frozen custard, so it's like, oof. If I was going to get a little fancier, and fancy doesn't really mean fancy, it just means more expensive, I'd probably go to Texas Roadhouse.
And if you're going to Texas Roadhouse, expect a buffet's worth of food.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I got so much food last time I went. I got buns. I got a country fried steak, of course, because that thing is so good. Got mashed potatoes, got steak fries, and I got a free bloomin' onion with it, too.
Ooh.
That was too much food. I did not finish it. Another place I would go, a local China buffet. It's super good quality food, and there's actually a decent amount. It is $13 a person.
For some reason, Chinese food in the US is like very affordable. Basically, there's 2 styles. There's Panda Express style, which is kind of similar as the other style, and then like buffet style. For some reason, that's all Chinese food in the US. I don't know why, at least if you're not from a big city. So every small city has those 2 options.
And Panda Express in the US is $8 for a bowl, which I believe it's the same in the Philippines.
Which is insane.
And then you can get a buffet, and I could load up 5 plates from a buffet with unlimited drinks, unlimited ice cream, unlimited wontons and dumplings and all these different chicken things for $13. It's not like Viking buffet or something where it like looks really fancy, but the food is good. And that's all that matters when it comes to a buffet, am I right?
And you get to load that stuff too. Even like a Panda Express place, they'll load it for you. They'll give you lots.
If I want a lot of food that's pretty good, go there, $13. If I'm going to spend more money, I end up going to Texas Roadhouse, and that usually runs me like $20 for a meal, which is a lot compared to the Philippines.
Yeah, sit down restaurant, you're getting maybe $600 to $700 for a person. And that's like a higher end.
And then you have to do a tip, which is 20% now, which is really unfortunate to add on to a meal you already have.
Pay the workers fair wages.
See, he mentioned that we talk about politics. Am I one of those people that's like, I never tip anybody unless it's exceptional service. That's the way it is. No, I don't believe there should be tipping in the U.S. And I believe that they should get rid of tipping and pay the waiters a normal wage like they do in every other country. It just sucks in the U.S. because you're expected to tip, and it just keeps going up. Now it's 20% is like the minimum. You also know that these waiters rely on that tip. It's solely just the restaurant wanting the customers to pay the workers' wages, basically. They're just trying to cut out as much labor expense as they possibly can, which is stupid. Then for dessert, it would be Culver's, something like that. And then at the end of my day, coming back, and then around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we start doing our reactions, and my day ends around 4 a.m. And that's pretty much my day. That's all. This is a really weird video. We kind of had a plan, kind of, and then it just kind of went into one of these Trifate talking videos where we just start rambling on. But now you know a little bit more about us, because obviously we've all been very disconnected for this past year ever since I left. I didn't expect to be gone this long. It just kind of ended up that way. But now we're getting back into it. We're coming up to the point where things are going to start to get back in the Trifate verse.
So if you want to, I would say the best place to keep updated with us is Instagram. Hopefully, we're planning to get more active on Instagram. We actually recently asked for suggestions on where we can visit in Manila, because we're going to be hopefully filming some vlogs soon. And if you have any suggestions, just comment them on this video, because that story is already gone.
Check out Trifate Gaming. We post a video on there every once in a while, or the reaction channels. We're posting on there constantly.
And we got Trifate PH. We posted a over a year old KFC taste test in the Philippines on there. If you don't know what Trifate PH is, quick little explanation. That's going to be kind of our short form content channel if you want to watch our short form content, and then any like extra stuff that we don't think deserves to go on Trifate Lifestyle.
We want to make that channel kind of like the extra stuff for the community too. Like, we've been talking about different things we can do on that channel. Maybe that's a place where we could do like a little live streaming, stuff like that. But it's all just kind of talk right now. So we'll see if it actually happens.
Would you guys watch a live stream of us just talking back and forth like we did in this video, but with no B-roll and just us talking?
But until then, we will see you in the next one. Hopefully this video was partially coherent.
Our plan was to put a lot of B-roll over this video, but now looking at it, I don't know what we're going to put B-roll over a lot of the times.
Pictures of cereal and food.
Yeah.
Trifate's back, and we're back in action, baby. See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.